Hi everybody, it's Miss Melanie. Welcome to week 7 of distance learning. I hope you guys are all having a good week. I hope this turns out to be a good week for you. If you seem to have been having trouble with the math from the last couple weeks, please let me or Miss Cindy know so we can get your student into a small group and help them understand regroupings are really important skill for them to know. So we are more than happy to help in any way that we can. This week though, we're done with regrouping, and you should have given the end of unit test for unit 4. If you haven't already given that, and you feel like your child understands regrouping well, go ahead and give them that unit test and get the results to Miss Cindy or myself. I will send out the answer key to that this week. Also, if your child feels like, or if you feel like your child is not understanding regrouping, please go ahead and we'll get them into a group and you can give them the unit test after they have a little bit more understanding of that. And if you have any questions, of course, let me or Miss Cindy know. This week we're going to be learning about length, and let's look at our objectives right now. We have 3 of them this week. I can directly compare 3 objects, and directly means that you are comparing the length of those 3 objects just by themselves. So I'll show you on the first problem that I do, but you are comparing those 3 objects, their length, and with each other. You're not comparing their length to anything else, just with each other. Number 2 says I can order 3 objects by length. That means I can give you 3 objects and I can say put these in order from shortest to longest, and you are able to do that. And the third one says I can compare 2 objects by comparing their lengths to a third object. This means I give you 2 objects and I give you something to measure them with. A piece of string, cubes, paper clips, whatever, and you are able to tell me which of the objects is longer or shorter based on how much of that third object you use to measure them with. So those are our 3 objectives this week. We do have some vocabulary that's going to be really important this week, and I'll go over that as I go through these problems, these practice problems. But we do need to understand longer and longest, shorter and shortest, taller and tallest. That's really important when you're comparing items by length, and being able to describe their length is knowing what those different words mean. Okay, so we'll just go over those words as we're going through the problems, rather than just trying to do a whole vocabulary lesson too. We can just do it as we do problems. Okay, so I printed out some practice problems and I'll show them to you here, and then I'll put them up there and we'll work them out. So this one says, find the shortest and longest pencils. Lay the pencils on the table. Line up the ends. Okay, so this is a huge, super important thing when you're comparing objects, is you have to have a starting line that you line all of the objects up on. Starting line is very important. That way you are comparing them from one beginning spot. So your starting line can either go up and down like this, or it can be horizontal like this. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on what you're comparing, but you always have to start with a starting line so that you know that you're comparing them correctly. Okay, so it says line up the ends. See, they lined up the ends on that dotted line. That's the starting line. Put them in order from shortest to longest. So they already did that for us. They've already put them in order. So this pencil is the shortest. Shortest. It is the most short pencil. So it is the shortest. This red pencil is the longest. It is the most long pencil, so it is the longest. And you could say that this pencil in the middle is shorter than the red pencil, but it's longer than the green pencil because it's a little bit shorter and it's a little bit longer. Okay, so there's some of our vocabulary. Let's work this problem out though. Okay, So it says, find the shortest and longest pencils. They already put them in order for us. But now it asks us some questions too. It says the blank pencil is the shortest. Shortest. Remember, shortest means most short. So we have a green pencil here, a blue pencil here, a red pencil here. So the green pencil, green, I'm just going to put a green dot. The green pencil is the shortest. And then it says the blank pencil is the longest. So longest means most long. So they want to know which one of these pencils is the most long. Well, we know it's not the green one because that's the shortest. Then the blue one's in the middle, and this one is longer than the blue one. So the red pencil is the longest pencil, okay? That is going to be something you're going to come across in some of your work on these two chapters. We are doing lessons 30 and 31, so they'll be doing work out of both those lessons. Okay, let's look at our next problem. Oh, I'm going to show you up close first. Okay, it says, draw a blue line that is longer than this line. Draw a red line that is shorter than this line. And see, it has a starting line. So I know exactly where to start my lines to make a blue line that is longer and a red line that is shorter. I need to start all of them on that starting line. So let's see, it says a blue line that is longer. Longer means more long than this black line. So the blue line needs to be more long than that black line. Is my blue line longer, more long? Yeah, it is. And then the red line needs to be shorter, so less or more short. Shorter means more short, so that means it needs to not be as long. So is my red line more short than the black line? Yeah, it is. So we have a blue line that is longer and a red line that is shorter, okay? And I started all my lines on the starting line. They're all lined up starting on the starting line. Very important. You don't ever want to measure something like in this way without having a starting line. That's really important. Okay, let's look at another one. This one says, Ron has 3 books. He puts them on a shelf in order from shortest to tallest. Okay, now it's using, instead of using longer, it's saying taller. That's because instead of measuring something this way, we're going to measure it this way. So this is tall, this is long, okay? Shortest to tallest. How might Ron's books look on the shelf? Let's see if we can draw Ron's bookshelf. Okay, so he has 3 books, it says. I'm going to draw my starting line first because remember we need to have a starting line, and because we're ordering things that are tall instead of long, I'm going to have my starting line be right here. Okay? That's my starting line. Okay, so it says he has them in order from shortest to tallest. So I want the shortest book to go right here. Okay, so we're going to pretend that that is my shortest book, the most short book. Then I'm going to have a book that is a little bit taller than my shortest book. That is taller, a little bit taller. And then we have our tallest book, the most tall book. That's going to be on this end. Do my books look like they go in order from shortest to tallest? Yeah, they do. And all of them are sitting on the starting line. We need to have them on the starting line so we can measure them correctly, okay? Okay, let's look at the next one. This one says, Buzz says the red flower is the shortest. Do you agree? Why or why not? Look at that. He has a red flower, a rose, an orange flower, a daisy, and a pink flower. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but Can you tell, is that red flower the shortest? I'm going to tell you a secret. In this one, they're trying to trick you. The red flower does look the shortest, but look, are all three of those flowers lined up on the starting line? Nope, they're not. That red flower is lined up below the starting line. So if we picked up this flower and moved it up, so it was lined up on the starting line, would it be shorter or taller than that daisy? It would be taller than that daisy. That orange daisy would be shorter. So Buzz is not right. The red flower is not the shortest. It's the orange flower. Okay? Okay. I have lots of these to go through. We don't have to go through all of them, but okay. This one says, read the clues, then color the dogs. It says the red dog is longest. The blue dog is shortest. The blue dog is shorter than the yellow dog. Okay, so the red dog is longest. Red dog is longest, so let me get my red. Which one of these dogs is the longest? They're all lined up on the starting line. They're all on the starting line. And let's see, if we draw an ending line, it shows me that this dog is the longest, the most long. So we would color this dog in red. Then it says the blue dog is shorter than the yellow dog. Well, we only have 2 dogs left. I don't have yellow, so I'm going to use orange. I don't have a yellow marker here, and we only have 2 dogs left because we know this is the red dog. And it says the blue dog is shorter. So out of these 2 dogs, which one is shorter? This one's shorter, right? So we would color that one blue. And this one would be, this one would be yellow, but remember I don't have yellow, so I'm going to color it orange. Okay, so that's using your thinker to figure out shorter and longer. Okay. Oh, let me read it to you. It says, circle the word that makes the sentence true. Remember what true means. That means that it's real, right? It makes the sentence be real. Put an X on the other word, okay? Here's our 2 items. We have a fork and we have a spoon. And it says the fork is shorter or longer than the spoon. Is that fork longer or is it shorter than that spoon? There's an imaginary starting line right there. They're both lined up in the same spot. And it looks like the fork goes longer. So we would circle the word longer and we would put an X over the word shorter. So it says the fork is longer than the spoon. So the word longer makes that sentence true. Okay? All right, so that is just comparing items to each other. Now we're going to do a few problems comparing items to a third different item. Measuring. We're actually measuring the item using something else, okay? So here we have 2 tables, and each table has a piece of string lined up next to it. It says find which table is longer. Use another object such as a piece of string. Compare it to the length of each table. So if we had these 2 tables in front of us, you would just use one piece of string so you know it's the exact same length, and you would measure each table with that piece of string. And down here it says the red table is longer than the string. So if you look really close, the string is not long enough to measure the whole table. There's a little piece right there. And if you look at this table, the string is longer than this table because it falls off the edge right there. Okay? The brown table is longer or shorter than the string. Well, we just said that the brown table is shorter than the string because the string falls off the edge, right? So the red table is, okay, let's put it up here. So we know that the brown table is shorter, so we would write the word shorter here, than the string. So, and it says, so we know that the string is longer, or the red table is longer than the string, and we know that the brown table is shorter than the string. So the red table is longer or shorter than the brown table. Well, if we're using this string to compare, we would know that the red table is longer than the brown table because it's longer than the string, and the string is longer than that brown table. Okay? That can get a little bit confusing, but you guys will get it. You guys will get it. I suggest getting string or something at home and practicing measuring. Practice measuring all week long. Measure different things. Okay? Oh, let me show you. Jeez. Okay, this one says, compare each comb to the same piece of string. Which comb is longer? Well, if you look, it looks like the blue comb is bigger than the piece of string. The string is not long enough to measure the whole comb. And if you look at the red comb, or the pink comb, I guess, it's a little bit shorter than that piece of string. There's a piece of string hanging right there that it's longer than the pink comb. So it says the blue comb is longer than the string, right? The blue comb is longer than the string. The pink comb is, we just said it, the pink comb is shorter than the string. Shorter. So the blue comb is longer or shorter than the pink comb. Well, we know that the blue comb is longer than the string, and the pink comb is shorter than the string. So that would mean that the blue comb has to be longer than the pink comb. Okay, you're going to have some of these in your schoolwork, so that's why I'm going through them. Okay? Okay, this one does not have any pictures, so we're going to draw our own pictures as we do this. And you can do that in your math book too, if it helps you. Rob is taller than Pia. Kai is shorter than Pia. So Kai is blank than Bob. So in this blank, we're thinking, is Kai taller or shorter than Rob, sorry. Okay, so here we're going to draw some people, right? We have Rob is taller. This is Rob. Rob is taller than Pia. This is Pia. Kai is shorter than Pia. So we need to draw someone shorter than Pia. That's Kai. So Kai is taller or shorter than Rob. I don't even have them look. I didn't line them up on a starting point very well, did I? There we go. That's better. So Kai is she taller or shorter than Rob? She's shorter than Rob, right? So we would write shorter in this blank spot. Okay? Remember, you can always draw pictures if that helps you figure these problems out. Okay. We're gonna do one more, I think, and then you guys should have pretty much what you need to get through the week, but you can always contact Miss Cindy or I if you need help, okay? Oh, once again, I keep forgetting to show it to you. Okay, compare lengths, then circle the correct words, okay? Here's a caterpillar, here's a leaf. It has a piece of, I don't know, a piece of tape or something that they're measuring with, a blue piece of tape. And it says, if we look at the tape, it looks like that caterpillar is just barely shorter than the piece of tape, and the leaf is definitely longer than the piece of tape, right? So if we know that the leaf is longer than the tape and the caterpillar is shorter than the tape, then the leaf is longer than the caterpillar or the leaf is shorter than the caterpillar? Well, the answer would be longer than the caterpillar because it's longer than that piece of tape. So we would circle the words longer than. Okay? Once you guys get the hang of this, you're going to be really, really good at it, and it's going to seem easy, easy peasy. So don't stress about this whatsoever. Required pages for math this week are, we're going to do some out of lesson 30 and some out of lesson 31. So we're going to have you do 713 and 714, 715 and 716, then 731 and 732, 737 to 738, 739 to 740. Okay, those are your required pages. Any of the other pages are optional. You're welcome to do them, but you do not have to. And do not forget to be doing your iReady reading and math. That's super, super, super important. Most important thing you could be doing is working on your iReady, okay? If you need any help, please, please, please reach out to us. We love and miss you guys so much, and I hope that you have an amazing week, okay? We'll see you guys later. Bye.